Flexibility is good. I will always say flexibility is good. But trying to find like an identity and also find like a rhythm and a comfort level is something that we're looking to build going forward. Kind of seeing what we got, putting guys in their best potential, maximizing potential. I think both I and Joe are both looking to kind of figure out those moving parts. Obviously, you don't want to lose games while you are figuring that out. But like I said before the season, I don't know, maybe it went on deaf ears, but it takes a little bit of time. I would have liked to see, hopefully, they give us more than a week, Celtics fans, but we know how Celtics fans can be, so we don't make any excuses. Tonight was good to get a win, but we still got a lot of figuring out to do. We still got to build some strength and some, just got to make smarter plays. So going forward, we got to grow, we got to learn, and we got to take some of those growing pains. But tonight was a good.
Celtics leader and leading scorer Jaylen Brown obviously getting ready. His 1-3 Celtics will have the Cleveland Cavaliers coming up, who are 3-1. That game tomorrow back at the Garden off of this 1-2 trip. Back with Ountae. There are a couple of things out of that sound from Jaylen Brown that I think we should react to.
Yeah.
One, there's the I and Joe are trying to figure out, as he said. And I appreciate that. I'm not being critical of it at all.
Yeah.
I appreciate that he is involved in the conversation when it comes to, all right, listen, Jason's not around.
Taking ownership.
You are the guy. Yeah. Like, you're our leader right now. You were the whatever, 1B to 1A, number 2 to 1, whatever you want to call it. You're certainly the dude right now.
Right.
And so, I know, like, you don't have the captain C, so to speak, but you're the guy.
Right.
So you're in this mix. So I like that Mazzulla is involving him in the conversation and extending sort of that it's like a player coach kind of role out there on the floor. So
Real Bill Russell-esque.
Yeah, I mean, in a way. I mean, Russell actually did it by himself, but even still, I did like that, and I want your thoughts on it. But the other part of it is kind of going after, needling at Celtics fans a little bit. That part I don't like, because I'm sure in his head he's saying, guys, I mean, you're an intelligent fan base. You're not dumb.
Right.
You saw the moves we made in the offseason. You know we don't have Jason Tatum. You knew what expectations were going into this year. Look around, read the room. This was going to be an uphill climb from the jump, and we're just trying to figure it out. Could you give us a little patience? And there's nothing wrong with him thinking that or feeling that.
Yeah.
I don't like him verbalizing it, because I think it dismisses the general expectation that exists in this market across all sports, which is, we don't give a damn about your excuses.
Yeah.
Go win.
Yeah.
Like, we support you. We pay for all your merch. We pay out the nose for tickets.
Yeah.
Like, we expect you to go out there
I saw that.
and perform,
Yeah.
and perform at the highest level. And you guys in a wide open Eastern Conference are still absolutely built and equipped to win 40 to 45 games and be in the mix for a playoff spot. Even if he may not believe, or you don't believe, or others like you don't believe that it's in their best interests to be a playoff team and chase a title in a year that you're not a true contender, it's still the fan base is right to say, we don't want to watch a crappy product.
100%. 100%. I agree with everything that you just said there. I'll start off with him taking ownership thing. I love that as well. Like, I love that he feels like the ownership of the team doing well is not just on the coach to figure it out, right, and draw up the X's and O's and lineups and all this other stuff, that he's bought into the fact that, like, he has to help this team figure out what's best for them as well. Now, going on to the actual, him going at fans, I wouldn't say obviously going at, you said it a little bit more eloquently than I did, but, him talking to fans saying, like, all right, give us a little bit of a break here. I agree. I think 1 week is a lot for us to be throwing out the AJ DeBenta. It's time to tankathons all on here. The product on the floor needs to match the product, the price of these tickets. I've been seeing all the things that you're saying from Celtics Nation coming out there on Twitter. But the thing about it is that my issue with it is, and I think Boston Celtics fans have this issue with it is offensive rebound and defensive rebounding and stuff like that really is effort. Mm-hmm. Like, I saw Jose Alvarado flying around getting rebounds, long rebounds. He had an offensive rebound in that game against the Boston Celtics because he cares. He's 6 foot, listed, probably 5'10", realistically. But that's just all heart. You know what I'm saying? And because he wants to be there and he wants to do it. There's a lot of guys that I watched with that New Orleans Pelicans team, too, that I know have a lot of talent and ability and physical capabilities to go and beat up on the Boston Celtics, and they didn't do it, too. And I sat there and I got upset because I don't like watching bad basketball, as you were saying, and saying, oh, my God, these dudes are not playing hard. This is ridiculous, right? Because the Boston Celtics are one of the worst rebounding teams in the league, and you have the personnel to exploit that, and for whatever reason, you didn't. Whatever. Knock on them. This isn't a New Orleans Pelicans podcast. This is a Boston Celtics one. When I see the Boston Celtics play and I say tank, it's because, one, I want JB to be healthy and available when they are ready to contend. And two, because I'm watching dudes out there not giving their full effort and letting, like, even the rebound that they got, that the New Orleans Pelicans got last night, I think it was in the third quarter, with Keita and Hauser losing the ball to each other, and the ball gets tipped out, and now the Pelicans have another opportunity. That infuriates me because it's two guys not being on the same page, not working hard, not communicating. Like, you heard Melo always say, I got it out of here. You know what I'm saying? But that selfish Melo, you know, obviously. But it also works because it's communicating. It's letting everybody know, hey, I got the board. Y'all get out here and run. You know what I'm saying? There should be some of that with these dudes, especially those two dudes who have been on the team for a couple of years now. It should be Keita snatching the board. Hey, I got it. Move. Get out. Run. Do something. That's the kind of ferocity that you should have, especially when you start out 0-3. Mind you, the last time the Celtics started out 0-3, 2013-14 season, guess what they did? Missed the playoffs. So you should be feeling that kind of pressure. I understand that you won by 30, but that should have been a game where I felt like you punked the New Orleans Pelicans. I don't feel that way coming out of this game. They made shots. Good. Anthony Simon showed up. Good. Minot ran around and had energy and all that other stuff. Loved it. You should have came in that game and been, you know what I loved? I loved seeing Derek White get the technical this weekend. That's what I loved. And Jason Tatum loved it as well. That's what you need to see more of, though. Like, the fact that, like, these guys don't look peeved off. That they started out 0-3.
The other word.
You know what I'm saying? That is what makes me mad as an enjoyer of basketball watching this Boston Celtics team. They have to go out and get it every single night. And if they're not going to do that, don't waste my time. Let me go get AJ. I'm cool with that.
So in recent years, because again, this one's unusual, Celtics have won 61 games, 64 games, 57 games, gone to the conference finals, NBA finals pretty regularly here. Of course, they've been a playoff team every year going back to 2014-15, like you said, that 13-14 season, which was year one, by the way, of Brad Stevens.
Right.
That's when they won 25 games. But that's when, like, the rebuild was underway. This is not 100%. A rebuild. This is a retooling, a restructuring, whatever. It's an organizational gap year.
Right.
I hate to call it that, but that's what it is. We all know that's what it is. But I rattle off all those win totals because this is what the Celtics have been doing to the league for years,
100%.
Especially in the playoffs. And I think you said it well before, which is when the schedule came out, the rest of the NBA doesn't give a damn that Jason Tatum is out or the Celtics, because of the second apron, had to make all these moves. They just see that Celtics uniform and have it circled on the calendar as this is for yesterday, so to speek. This is for
get back game.
Yeah, this is the get back game. Yeah, for some it's a get right game. For them it's a get back game.
Right.
And it's just like we're gonna kick you while you're down a little bit. We're gonna punish you. And so that in mind, I don't think, at least right now, maybe as the season goes on, if this gets worse, and it could. I mean, this early stretch could absolutely be. I mean, there's conceivably a 1-7 start to this season or something like that based on what this schedule looks like for the Celtics. But you need to, for now, while teams are not taking you for granted and are instead looking to go out and punish you,
Yep.
you need to find a way to react to that and counterbalance that. And like you said,
You gotta start it.
defensively rebounding, like effort, has so much to do with it, a frustrating amount to do with it. I know that. I didn't even play at any sort of a high level. Even I know rebounding and all that stuff, defense, it's effort. It's where you are. It's positioning, your hands, all of it. How do they carry over what they did in New Orleans against an inferior team? And I don't mean inferior to Boston, which could be true, but inferior to Cleveland, obviously, who is a favorite to win the Eastern Conference. What are you doing now at home against this Cavaliers team that absolutely has you circled?
Well, here's the thing about Cleveland. They have been hot to start these games since the beginning of the season. They've came out on guns blazing, going at teams. They did it to the Knicks. They did it to everybody that they faced so far. The Boston Celtics have to come out and be aggressors. And I think they've been that way over the last 2 games. You saw it against the Pistons. You saw it against the New Orleans Pelicans. They didn't finish it against the Pistons. They found a way to finish it against against the Pelicans. You have to be aggressive. You have to have a lineup. You have to know who you are. I need to see Ugo. I need to see Josh. They need to play minutes. I already said that beforehand. You have to have a Jaylen Brown masterclass. This has to be a game where he goes and takes over and finds a way. You have to instill into Anthony Simon's minds that when he comes off the bench, it is his team now. Like, I don't care who is out there. Like, we're running the high pick and roll. You got Kata out there. That's the personnel that works for you. Go on that island. Hit your little step backs and do what you do, because now this is your team. Everyone needs to start figuring out who their roles are. If they're going to have even a shot, which clearly I don't think they do. I love having Evan Mobley. I love
No, this is
Josh
probably going to
Allen.
look like the Knicks
I think,
game.
Donovan Mitchell is a great player and playing at an all-NBA level as well. Like, this could be an opportunity where these dudes, once again, like you said, want to have it circle and want to punk this team. And guess what? They've been punked a lot of times on this floor. So they're going to come out with ferocity and try to get it going. So seeing this game, it's going to be one of those where they're going to have to be the aggressor every single time. Every single opportunity they get, dive on the floor. It's going to have to get ugly. You might get some bumps and bruises on the way out. But if you want to win this game and show this league that you are a serious team, that a playoff team, this is a game where you got to go shock people.
Luka Garza in the latest game, 16 points, 3 of 4 from 3, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even want to see him shooting threes, but he made 3 out of the 4.
Yeah.
6 rebounds plus 14 in 19 minutes. Nimi Keita, 6 points, but 11 rebounds, 7 offensive, 4 blocks in 22
Not
minutes.
bad.
I bring these 2 guys up specifically because, like you said, Mobley, Jared Allen, like, these are tough to contend with.
Yeah.
How are you equipped to do so?
I mean, we saw it with their bench in the preseason game. You know, you saw Larry Nance come in. You saw what's the kid, the other big? Why can't I think of his name right now? That played for the Pacers last year. Anyways, come in and get some boards. Oh, Thomas Bryant. There we go.
Thank you. Yes.
Thomas Bryant come in and get some boards. But it's going to be one of those games where hopefully at practice today, they're just going to hit in the pad. That's what we used to do when I was in college. Like, you would just go, and then, like, you have your teammate behind the pad, and you just run up and put your forearm. But, like, I want to see somebody get a defensive foul for just boxing somebody out and wrestling them to the floor. Like, set the tone. Make sure that they know when they come to the rim, like, to get off as a rebound, it's not going to be a fun night. Foul out. I want to see somebody foul out. Kata, foul out. But just do it being physical. Don't do it on the dumb, I'm swiping. No. Be physical, foul out, get them a little angry. You never even know. You might get a dude out the game. It might have to be one of those. You have to junk it up just a little bit. I'm not saying to play dirty.
Yeah.
I'm not saying to do any of that, but you definitely got to be aggressor. I mean, everyone's going to be, aggressive. That's the point. That's it. Aggressive. That's all I write on the whiteboard. Aggressive. That's all we're doing tonight.
So the Celtics have this one again tomorrow night, and then it's the Sixers again for the first NBA Cup contest. That's coming up on Friday.
Yep.
Just for fun, and then we'll take a break, come back with some more stuff, obviously, on the show. You're in the coach's office.
Yeah.
You're Joe Mazzulla. What's your starting 5 against Cleveland?
Cleveland, see, I still think I kind of like the 2 big lineup. I haven't seen a lot of it in a real NBA game with the Boucher and the Kata, you know what I'm saying, type of situation.
I haven't seen a lot of Boucher to begin with.
Yeah, I think I would like to see. I would like to see it, but I know I'm not going to see it. This is what I would love to see, all right? I would just love to see them roll out the same lineup that they rolled out last game against the Pelicans. Mine not at the 4 or 3, whatever, because JB's guarding the 4-man.
Positionless anyway.
Right. JB's guarding the 4-man. So that at the 4, Kata at the 5. Then you got JB, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard. I would love to see Anthony Simons as point guard and bring Pritchard off the bench for a little bit, but I know I'm not going to see that. It's too early. They should have tried it sometime over this weekend before coming into this Cavs game, because now it's figuring it out. But this lineup, with Peyton at the 1 is probably what we're going to see, and I don't hate it. I like it.
I'd like to just see a little bit of consistency.
Yes.
Again, like you said, and you know better than I do, you played. Helps the guys.
Right.
Just helps the guys figure out what their roles are,
Yep.
what these rotations are going to look like. And we're just at the beginning of, obviously, everybody, including most especially the coach and apparently his partner in crime, Jaylen Brown, figuring this out. We're a little more than halfway home here on Hold My Banner on Nest Nation. We're going to take a break. We're going to come on back. We got a little game for you.
Yeah, I promise y'all I'll calm down just a little bit.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll find a way to rile them up again, I bet. We'll play a game. We'll talk about just, again, some stuff going on around the league. Some, first week overreactions. It's all on the table when we return.